Welcome back to PortlandTimbers.com, everyone, and an interesting scene today here at Portland Timbers practice. First day with interim coach and GM Gavin Wilkinson in charge. All kinds of questions, all kinds of speculation being brought up in a couple different media conferences. And meanwhile, the team trying to prepare for a crucial game for playoff positioning against a team they love to beat, the LA Galaxy, coming to town on Saturday night. Nuts and bolts, first of all. Bright DK, Timbers forward, of course, had been on loan with the LA Blues, the third division, scoring goals there as well. He was back in practice for the first time today. Andrew Jean-Baptiste, rookie defender, of course, he started the first two games this year. He's gone on loan the other way, down to the LA Blues, to try to get some more time. Eric Bruner out more than a month with a concussion dating back to that Vancouver game at the end of May. He was back out getting some work and trying to work his way back in. Diego Chara, given the day off today. The team's saying that he's suspended on Saturday. It's an off day already tomorrow, and he's putting more miles in his legs than pretty much anyone else. They wanted to give him an extra day with his family. Well, of course, the headline was all about Gavin Wilkinson now, the team's former USL head coach, now in charge of the MLS team for the remainder of the season, and I had a chance to speak with him after today's practice. It's a non sequitur, but it's my first reaction. I've gotten used to seeing you in slacks and dress shirts for the last year and a half. Back in kind of the coaching garb. More comfortable? Any weird transition?
It's definitely a weird transition. I feel sorry for the guys. My legs are that white that they haven't seen the sun in a while. But, you know, it's definitely a strange transition. I got out of the mindset of coaching in a big way. And it was more of an office worker, I suppose. So being back out on the field, it's always enjoyable being around professional athletes and other coaches and out on the field, but definitely a strange feeling.
Were you nervous at all coming into today's first practice session?
Not really, no. I had a plan and we implemented it and put it in place. And, you know, I think I know the guys. It's not like I'm coming into an environment where I don't know the pieces that I'm dealing with and the personalities involved. So not really nervous, just more apprehensive, I suppose, than nervous, and glad to get the first one out of the way.
Obviously, it's a big game coming up this weekend. How did today's session go?
It was all right. It's some pieces where they're getting used to me, and parts of it were very smooth, and there was a lot of rhythm with possession, and then parts of it broke down, and I think that's my fault, and to do with transition and the explanation, and also the players understanding what I expect.
What are the big things, you know you can come back home and get good results. What are the big things you need to work on this week then ahead of Saturday?
Basically getting the players very quickly to change their focus to look at LA. It's hard for the removal of John Spencer not to be a distraction. He was a very likable piece, and it's basically looking forward. The players have belief at home. They want to win at home, and in front of our fans. Why wouldn't they? You know, it's not just them a matter of playing for me. They're playing for the whole city and a packed out stadium, which is impressive every single time you see it. So, you know, I think the players, it's important that they get focused, they understand their jobs, and I do a good job of explaining what I expect.
Right, DK back, Andrew Jean-Baptiste on his way out on loan. Yep. Tell us about those two.
Baptiste, I think, is a young player with a lot of potential. And potential is a dangerous word, we keep saying it. But you need time to develop that. And I think loaning Andrew out will get him a lot more games. With our reserve schedule, we get 10 games a year. And it's just not enough games for a young player to go and hone their skills and learn their trade. So with Andrew, he's been in a fantastic training environment with John and the other coaches. And now it's important that he gets some games under his belt and he learns through either doing the right thing or the wrong thing. And it gives him a continual platform in which to reassess his performances.
How about Bright?
With Bright, he did very well. There's no doubt that Bright can score goals at Division 2. He did it. He went on loan and did very well, and they were desperate to keep him. I think it's important that we all understand Bright is our player. We'll send him out on loan. It benefited us to bring him back right now to reassess where he's at, and that's exactly what we're doing.
So, Gavin Wilkinson's re-debut as Portland Timbers head coach coming up on Saturday night. Don't overlook how big this game is going to be. It's against the LA Galaxy. 8 o'clock at Jeld-Wen Field. National television coverage on the NBC Sports Network. Aiden Brown and I will have the radio call for you on Sports Radio 750. The game pregame coverage beginning at 7 p.m.